Good morning, everyone, good morning, everyone, and welcome to WCUA's coverage of Catholic University ice hockey. Alongside my partner, Jackson Deininger, I'm Giuliano Luca. Happy to be with you today as your Cardinals are set to take on the Ramapo Roadrunners. Live from Iceworks in Aston, Pennsylvania, the East Coast Showdown concludes with the Cardinals' third and final game. Before we begin, let us be one of the first to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. It's a wonderful time of year. Have some turkey, watch some football, and cherish the time with your friends and family.
Ramapo comes into the game with a 7-2 record, most recently defeating Hofstra 5-2 on Sunday night. The game was tied to midway through the second period before the captain, number 3, Brian Atwall, scored the winning goal late in the second period. Number 9, Thomas Korpix, would add an insurance goal and an empty netter from 91, Michael Ferranti. In goal, number 39, Jack Bernice, picked up the victory, making 26 saves on 28 shots. Ramapo got back into the win column with that win after dropping their last two. In the tournament so far, Ramapo has a record of 1-1 versus St. John Fisher and Gettysburg.
Now, Kathman, they're looking to get back on the right track and on the right side of a win before they have one more league game to end the semester. As we mentioned, Catholic played Ramapo last year. They lost 8-2. They fell into a 4-0 hole before Connor Desjardins scored to make it 4-1. Jackson Schwarzwater would make it 5-2 early, but Ramapo rattled off 3 more goals for a final of 8-2.
And that is
It's Danny.
And that is number 1, Daniel Mark, the native of Flemington, New Jersey. So far in his junior season, Mark has posted a 2-2-1 record, alongside 3.2 goals against and a .903 save percentage. Mark picked up his second career shutout against touchdown on November 8th, making 16 saves through 2 periods. Mark's had a strong start to the season and looks to continue it today.
He does, and as we have puck drop underway here, Ramapo able to gain the center line and dump the puck in. We'll talk about Ramapo's goaltender in a moment, who they have in net today. Cardinals under heavy duress early as Henry's back behind his net looking to start up for CUA. Henry bodied into the wall a little bit. Okay, he tries to pick up for the Cardinals. It's back out towards the point. Ramapo will collect. They walk the line. Nice move around the winger. Finnegan, as they hold on to it, take the shot, deflected just wide of the net. In the high slot, taken away by Owen Finnegan, and Finnegan looks to move out. Gains the red line, cuts in, and lost the puck as he was doing so. Ramapo will recollect and try and clear. Picked up in the high slot by Brunner. Backhander the shot. It's blocked away. Rebound was loose for a moment and taken back by the Roadrunners, but just the center where Frankie Merger will recollect. Merger back out to Mulcahy. Over to Selwyn. It hits a stick and gains deep into the zone. No icing, says the official, as it hit off a stick. Brunner chasing for CUA, as is Schwarzwater. Ramapo gets away from the attack, but only momentarily, as Schwarzwater knocked the man down. Loose puck to Brunner. Brunner in front, the shot, and it was just wide of the cage, or the shot from Schwarzwater was wide, Now loose at the left side wall and taken out by Ramapo. Cardinals good forechecking early on in this game. It's still in the offensive zone. Cardinals trying to get a quick shot. Neither team with a shot so far in the early going. And at the left side point, Selwyn with a good stick, able to keep it up in the air and get it to Frankie Merger with a backhander shot. That didn't leave the ice and get anywhere towards the goal. Now Merger again tried to get to it. He couldn't, and Ramapo will move it back out through the left side, 3-on-2. Here they come. Ramapo with the shot, deflection, and no deflection, and Mark's able to make the save.
So far, so good for the Cardinals. As you all know, it's been a rough morning for them. A little mishap on the road, and not the usual warm-up before the game. So be interesting to see how they respond to some adversity.
No, it wasn't a very interesting morning. Cardinals were a mile from Iceworks. Here's a big save from Daniel Mark. Literally a mile from the rink, and the tire blew out on the van. So we had a difficulty getting here. That's why we were late to start the stream, so we're sorry for the difficulties, but we're happy to be joining you and bringing you coverage of today's game. Here's another shot. It hit Mark's stick. He drops his stick, but he makes the save. Loose behind the Cardinals net, picked up by Mulcahy, and he'll look to move out through the left side. Finnegan tried to get to it. It was off another stick, taken back by the Roadrunners at the faceoff dot. Looking to cut in. Holds onto the puck as Mulcahy watches him. Gets the puck back, floats it over to Finnegan. Finnegan tried to get it out through the left side. It's taken back at the point by the Roadrunners and shot back in one more time. In the corner, players battle for it. Puck was taken back by Henry and now back out towards the right side point. but taken back down low by the Roadrunners, and look, the center in front, in the high slot. Now with the face-off dot, still with time. Right side point, they flub the pass, picked off by McQueenie, and out of the zone. Good reinforcement play from Desjardins, knocking the man down, but icing the puck in the process, and it'll be icing with 17-16 remaining here in the first period.
So far, looking a little reminiscent of the Penn State game, right? Just got to hold off the offensive threats out there. Ramapo, Penn State, both offensive powerhouses. So far, the Cardinals limiting them to grade A scoring chances.
Cardinals not officially with a shot yet, but they do look good in the early going. Good forecheck and good step so far in the first. Here comes Matthew McQueenie at the left side. He'll dump this puck in. Chase after it as the Cardinals are going for a change. He was not able to get to the puck. Ramapo sees it. The Cardinals are a little slow to get on the ice, but Frankie Merja at center able to dump this one in. Talk about the goaltender for Ramapo as well when we have a second. One of their backup goalies playing today. Talk more about him in a second. Here's Schwarzwater in the neutral zone, trying to give it to Brunner. Hit off his stick and loose and taken back by Ramapo at center. In on sides at the blue line. They rip the shot on mark. That's wayward high. Could have been good for a field goal, but not 3 points in this sport. Let's talk a little bit about the goaltender for Ramapo today. Talon Muscolino, the native of Flanders, New Jersey. He's a freshman. He's only started against Stevens Tech in the regular seasons. He has a 1-0 record. He made 24 saves on 26 shots. Goals against average of 2 and a save percentage of 92. Looks to have another good game against CUA today. So Ramapo at the point. They walk it in, take the shot, looking for the deflection, and Mark sees it and makes the save with the blocker. Johnson knocking players down. Couldn't get to the puck, though, as Ramapo does, but taken back by a poor pass by CUA. Schwarzwater hit hard into the boards and a little bit high as he fell, and he ices the puck in the process. So the Cardinals, another defensive zone draw.
That seemed like the key to today's game to not have the same result as last year against Ramapo was to have a good start, right? You mentioned that Ramapo put 4 on the Cardinals early on, and look, so far so good. Not giving Ramapo too much space out there. So hopefully they can continue to do that throughout the night.
So off this defensive zone draw, it's won by the Cardinals to Johnson. Gives off to his partner, Selwyn. Selwyn tried to go up the middle with the pass, but it's taken back by the Cardinals, but not cleared. Merja had it knocked off his stick. Selwyn gets it ahead to Merja. Off another stick. Bouncing puck, Schwarzwater on the attack. Oh, he couldn't get the puck to settle in front of the net, but he'll have it by the Cardinals' right side, or Roadrunners' right side goal line. Now picked up by Ramapo out towards the left side, right side goal line, trying to clear it out of the defensive zone. They get it to Selwyn. He'll go across to Henry. Henry across, and big hit by Finnegan. Coach Terenzio incensed with the non-call. He said it was a high hit to the head of Finnegan, but play continues. This will be icing on Ramapo with 15:27, and referee ignoring head coach Steven Terenzio for a second. He didn't like the check in front of the Cardinals bench. It did look a little bit high.
Right. Couldn't tell if Owen Finnegan was falling down before the hit, and maybe just got unlucky there on the spot of where he got hit, but he got up, and that's what matters.
So here's Mulcahy in his defensive zone. Long shot, officially the first Cardinal shot on net. Handled easily by Muscolino. And now floated out through the middle by Ramapo, but they overskate the pass again, and Desjardins tried to get it further into the zone, but he couldn't. Now picked up by Finnegan on the attack. Almost lifted the stick for a break, but it's cleared out by Ramapo with 15 minutes to go in the first. Henry gains the red line, and will clear this puck into the zone, and trying to get to it is Finnegan now after the behind the play. Finnegan tried to get it out of the zone, or trying to keep it alive in the zone, taken back by the Roadrunners, and they're not able to clear. McQueenie digs it, catches it, and puts it down at his feet and puts it further into the zone for Desjardins, who's bodied a little bit, trying to get the puck free to Finnegan around the horn, but taken back by the Roadrunners and shot all the way down, and they're going to call icing with 14:25 to go here in the first.
Yeah, it's always a good sign when a team is icing the puck against you back-to-back. It means you're putting pressure on them, right? And you're making them panic and throw away the puck. So, good job so far with the Cardinals. They're keeping pressure on. Maybe not as many scoring chances as they'd like, but step in the right direction.
Definitely a step up from the Cardinals' last game against Ramapo. I remember the Cardinals only had 10 shots through 2.5 periods practically, so already a better start. They do have 1 shot on goal in this game, but obviously it's similar with the shot totals, but the pace is much different. The Cardinals aren't being hemmed in their own zone for the entire game. Here's another icing by Ramapo, the 3rd consecutive one. We had a lot of offsides calls yesterday, and now we have a lot of icing calls early in this one. 14:15 to go here in the first period. Michael Ferrante, player the Cardinals have to watch out for. There was a good chance from the Cardinals, just got tipped wide of the cage. But Ferrante, number 91, no icing here on Ramapo. Ferrante, like we mentioned, 17 points in 9 games for the Roadrunners. A player to watch out for, absolutely. Fair Lawn, New Jersey native. Not on the ice right now, but I'd imagine he will be, as he's going to take a lot of shifts this afternoon against CUA. Back behind the cage it goes. The Cardinals able to pick it up. Johnson just going to fling this one high in the air off a stick, so it won't be icing. It'll roll to the goaltender, who's going to have to watch out for Luke Weidenkampf coming in on the attack.
Always coming in full speed with Luke Weidenkampf. Full throttle every shift with this guy.
Can't blame him. Plays hard. .41 here to go in the first period. The shot's 2-1. Good back and forth play. More defensive, really. Not a lot of high danger chances by either team in the early going. As Desjardins couldn't win the draw, Ramapo does rather cleanly, and they'll try to clean out through the right side. Taken back by their captain, Carter Bernice. 1 goal, 1 point on the season. One of their defenders who's been on the team for several seasons now, leading the way. Here comes Ramapo, 3-on-2 as they have the puck. Look at the pass in the center, and it's broken up by the Cardinals, or rather a poor pass. Now dumped back in by Ramapo. Daniel Mark will leave it for his defenseman, Joey Henry. Waits, passes across to Mulcahy, who gets it on his backhand and flings it up with one hand on the stick. Gets the puck back off Schwarzwater's backwards pass. Now given back to Schwarzwater at the right side wing. He'll move in and fling this one on the net, where Muscolino had a little trouble with it, but he's able to glove it down with 12:55 to go here in the first period.
And not a bad option by Schwarzwater coming in, just him against a few defenders and not many options, just get it on the net, and then the Cardinals can change and have an offensive face-off and look to make a play off of that. So not a bad play by him, smart play.
Smart play. You get the offensive zone draw and you try again. You get new players out there too. Those players are out there for a while for the CUA. Finnegan tried to get to it around the left side wall. At the point, the Cardinals can't keep it in. McQueenie tried to get back. Here's Ferrante. Nice move around the defense. Cuts it on goal. The backhander and the save made by Mark. The net's off its moorings. Play will continue. Mulcahy looks to pick it up for the Cardinals and try and clear. But taken back by Ferrante back behind the net. He looks to center in front. Holds on to the pass, back out towards the left side point. And at the line, Henry's able to jump it out of the zone. He got his penalty coming up too on Ramapo. Finnegan by himself, loses the puck, and it's a delayed penalty on Ramapo. Gonna be a slash.
I think it's been a while since the Cardinals have scored a power play goal, but it'd be huge if they could get one here and get up 1-0 early against a team that dominated last season. So
yeah, they haven't. I think they have 1 power play goal in the tournament so far, looking to make it 2. We'll see what happens here in the early goings of this game. At the point, Mulcahy picks up for CUA. Priz power play, first opportunity of the officially now the afternoon. Back out to Merja. Right side dot, the shot. The save made, rebound for the taking, but McQueenie couldn't knock it home, and it's cleared down the length of the ice with 1:40 left in the penalty. Taking his time is Mulcahy, waiting for his players to set up offensive or aggressive forecheck on the PK from Ferrante. Cardinals get away from him. They get the open feed to McQueenie. Back across to Mulcahy. He floats it further into the zone to Merja, who tried to give it off to Schwarzwater. He's going to get to it. Over to Merja. He cuts in, rips the shot. The save made off the glove. Rebound still loose. Taken back by Schwarzwater, but the pass was rather poor and cleaned out of the zone by Ramapo. And still got offsides, too. McQueenie was late to get offsides. He may have been interfered with, nonetheless, or he fell. Couldn't see.
I think there may be another penalty for Ramapo.
It looks like it's going to be. The penalty box door is open. Yes, he was rather late to go to the penalty box. He doesn't like the call. Brian Atwell, he's going to sit for 2 minutes for interference. So Mulcahy waits, holds, and gives off to Merja. 5-on-3 power play. You want to click here. You want to get an early goal, but jinx a little bit, I guess. Poor pass off of Merja's stick, and it's cleared all the way down. 54 seconds to go on the 5-on-3, and the Cardinals will have another 5-on-4 for about 50 seconds afterwards. Mulcahy drops it to McQueenie at the point. He has it, walks the line, gives it across to Shoreswater. Waits, holds, looks for the open man, and finds Johnson down low. Johnson, backdoor feed in front. It was off the mark, the shot. Taken back by Shoreswater. He rips a shot. That's deflected off a stick into the safety netting with 10:46 to go in the first.
It's tough on these. You want a balance of just getting good shots and getting bodies to the net, but then also you have a 5-on-3. You have lots of space out there, and maybe you're looking for a prettier backdoor play, a guaranteed almost tap-in goal. So you kind of have to find an in-between there.
You try to be too fancy with it, but you can't. Just try and get any kind of goal in the power play. Here's a Merja, the shot, the rebound for the taking. Smart shot from Merja. Rebound was there, and only cleared out towards the point. 17 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. In front, the shot. Rebound loose. Still in the crease. Another shot. They score! It's McQueenie! It's 1-0 Cardinals on the power play goal.
That's what I was talking about right there. They were looking for the give and go from Brendan Johnson and Jackson Schwarzwalder. Second time's a charm, I suppose, and Matthew McQueenie there to pick up the trash.
Yeah, Ramapo, a little maybe shocked that the Cardinals scored this early. But it's a power play goal, as the great Sam Rosen would say. The Cardinals in front, 1-0, and they still have a minute to work with on the 5-on-4. McQueenie's second goal of the tournament on the power play. I believe it was as the man was coming out of the box on the 5-on-3. So power play goal for CUA. His power play has been quiet so far this year, or in the tournament, the last couple of games beforehand, but they click this time. It's 1-0 CUA with 10 minutes to go here in the first. Trying to make it 2-0. Finnegan, puck in the feet of a couple players. Henry gets to it, over to Finnegan. Finnegan cuts in, waits, fires the shot. Blocked in front, gets it back, it's Finnegan. He holds onto the puck, waits at the goal line, looks to center it, holding, waiting, bodied it to the corner, back out towards the point. They try to give it to Mulcahy, he's got it. Man knocked down in front was Desjardins. Good, says the referee, and 15 seconds to go off the remaining Atwell penalty. Shoreswater in over the line, but he's offsides. 9:37 to go. The Cardinals in front, 1-0. That is McQueenie's, I believe it's his 6th goal on the season. It's his 5th goal on the season. He has his 4th earlier, and now his 5th today. And able to pick up those greasy goals. I compared him to Nathan Gerby. You know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a good NHL comparison. Gritty player, good hands. I guess the height, too.
Yeah.
Now, Cardinals moving the puck, stuck in their own zone a little bit. Johnson trying to pick up for CUA, holds onto the puck, and given back to Johnson, who will float it out just to center. Taken back by Ramapo, picked up by Potter. Holds onto the puck, a little trouble with it, but he's able to settle it and move it rather forwards, but taken back by Finnegan in the neutral zone. Nice move to cut in. Finnegan cuts towards the cage and looks for the shot, and he's taken into the corner and lost the puck. Back to Potter, the puck goes, native of Wayne, New Jersey. Couldn't get it to clear out cleanly. Now it's taken back out and shot into the zone off a stick. Johnson tried to clear, hit the glass, stanchion a little bit, and drops. It's where Desjardins will find the long running Finnegan for the outlet feed, but it's too far and out of his reach.
Right idea, I think. Finnegan was cutting in with speed and trying to stretch out the defense. I think yesterday the Cardinals felt like they could have more clean breakouts. There was a lot of just throw the puck out of the zone and live to fight another day. And I think the focus today was we gotta make clean breakouts and give us a chance to go on the rush with the puck.
At the point, McQueenie knocked off the puck, but cleared out by Finnegan off the stick. Cardinals go for a change. Ramapo now trying to catch Catholic in a change. Here they come. In over the line. Watson floats it into the zone. Henry will get to it. Henry trying to clear up the boards to Connor Combs. He's able to, trying to find wide and comp in the middle, but intercepted by Ty Watson. He'll shoot back in on Daniel Mark, and he'll redirect it to the corner. 8:15 to go here in the first. Cardinals enjoying the early lead. Puck into the corner, cleared out up to wide and comp by the Catholic defense, and at center, it's taken back by Ramapo, shot wide of the cage. Selwyn leaves it for Henry, but the puck bounced and a quick save by Mark. Rebound still loose in the crease. Another shot that missed the cage. Now Selwyn tried to clear up the middle, bad play, and another shot in on Mark. He'll make that save too. Man knocked down in front was Atwell, cutting towards the cage. Cutting towards the net. Shoves being thrown, wide and comp getting in there to help out his goalie. They were trying to shove the puck into the net perhaps, or they didn't like what Atwell was being shoved.
Looks like it's going to be a long day for the Catholic defensemen. Only 4 of them, and it seems like Ramapo's game plan is just get the puck deep and go hard on the forecheck. It's going to be a lot of physicality down there, and Catholic defensemen need to keep their heads up and make good breakout passes, or else it's going to be a long day.
Well, they're a tough team. Ramapo is actually a bit better than they were last year. The head coach, Mike Winters, leading his club to a 7-2 record so far in the regular season, a 1-1 record in the tournament. Obviously, they're looking to have a winning tournament. They had their way with Catholic last year. Catholic remembers that, so they're looking for a big win too, and to help Steven Terenzio's team go out with a bang this morning/afternoon. Mulcahy down low to Merja. It was a penalty as well to Atwell for a retaliation too after the whistle, so he's back in the box. The Cardinals on the power play again. Minute 40 to go on the third power play of the afternoon. Here comes Merja now. Holds on to it. Rips the shot, and he missed it way high. Still kept in at the point by CUA again. Merja waits, holds. Back across. Schwarzwater couldn't get to it. Ramapo does. The clear just to center. Taken back by Mulcahy, intercepted. Here they come, shorthanded. They cut in towards the goal. Stick lifted, another shot, and good play by Catholic to get back in time to mess up the shot. Never got a clean shot off. 6-5 are the shots in favor of the Cardinals now. Here comes Merja, floating in the puck into the zone. Johnson will chase after it up from his defensive spot and cleared all the way down, but just to Finnegan, who just came from the bench. Finnegan floats it to Mulcahy. And now open man far side to Frankie Merja. Merja holds onto the puck at the blue line, had his stick knocked away at the same time. And here comes Ramapo 2-on-2 on the shorthanded rush. They get the man to the winger, but the pass was out of his reach. Mulcahy knocks him into the corners. 2 players working on him, Schwarzwater and Mulcahy. They can't get the puck free. They do now with 35 seconds to go on the power play. Schwarzwater. Right side in over the line, waits, holds around the defense, looks to center it in front, but his stick was lifted at the last second and cleared all the way down. 6:10 remaining in the first. The Cardinals in front, 1-0. 15 seconds remaining on the power play for CUA. Long feet ahead. Oh, the pass was in the skates of Will Brunner, the puck, and he couldn't settle it down. Now the clear out, centering feed to Combs, the shot. Rebound was loose for the taking, but they couldn't knock it home. It was a mid-air play, a tough one. Now another shot from Brunner. Man's out of the box. It's Atwell. Good play from the Cardinals on the power play. They couldn't finish that time. Deflection by Combs, and it's loose in front. Finnegan knocked down with the stick. Brunner being banged around as well. And chaos breaking loose in front of the Ramapo cage.
I like it. Catholic forwards willing to take a beating to go to the net. You know, that's where most of the goals are going to come from, as we've seen from Matthew McQueenie so far. Will Brunner, Owen Finnegan getting in there. I like to see that.
Yeah, gritty play from CUA. Not going to let Ramapo run all over them like they did last year. Obviously, a lot of the players remembering that. And for the players that graduated, they want to see a Catholic win too. They remember what it was like. Off this draw at the point. Ramapo able to get the puck off the draw as it was more of a tie-up. Here comes Ramapo as Selwyn knocked it into the corner, but they couldn't complete the pass across the net, and it went wide of the cage. Johnson back behind the CUA net. Nice stutter move. He's knocked down. Gets back up to his feet. Combs with his reinforcement play. Still couldn't clear the zone. Here's a shot and a big save from Mark with the glove.
Good job from Catholic defenseman, making sure Daniel Mark could see that all the way. And usually when goalie can see it from a shot from the blue line, it's an easy save, right? But if there's bodies and traffic in front, that could be a difficult save.
So cleared all the way down by the Cardinals. It'll be icing here with 5:09 remaining. 7 to 6 are the shots in favor of the Cardinals, trying to keep this win and game alive so far. They're enjoying the early lead, looking to make it 2. Ramapo obviously looking to tie, but haven't had a lot of high danger chances. There's going to be an interference call on Luke Weidenkampf, I believe, or was it just the offsides? No,
I think
it's
it's
just
a hand pass, I believe.
Sorry, I saw Luke knock him down, and it was away from the puck. I thought it was interference.
No, I think the puck came up high on the Ramapo defenseman, and he swatted at it, and Coach Stranzio got the call he wanted, and the faceoff would be down in the Ramapo zone.
So the hand pass leads to an O-zone draw, like you mentioned. The Cardinals not able to win it, though. Cleared out towards the open man at the wing. He has open space, and he'll look to clear it all the way down the length of the ice, where Johnson will recollect for the Cardinals. Johnson across to Selwyn, and fanned on the puck that time. It's taken back by Ferrante. Watch out. Ferrante cuts towards the net. Bodied into the corner by Johnson, but Ferrante collects and keeps on moving. Back out towards the point it goes at the right side. Watson, and he overskates the puck. Here comes Combs with a step. Watson lost his footing. Combs a long shot, and the save made by goaltender Muscolino. Now, Cardinals in exchange. Ramapo notices this and tries to fling it ahead, but the pass intercepted by Merja. Now back into the skates of Ferrante. He was in over the line and lost the puck again. Taken back by Mulcahy with 4:19 remaining in the first period. Mulcahy, a slow pass to Shoreswater, but he got it to him. Bodied along the wall, flipped high in the air over to Merja, who almost had that off the skate pass. Picked it off, but he didn't. And taken back into the defensive zone by the Cardinals. Desjardins, a wayward pass. It's going to go not for icing with under 4 to go in the first. Here comes the open man Atwell. Across, trying to find the winger, Joseph Caspiano. That's off the mark, too. Shot was in on Daniel Mark here after a dump in. And puck will stay in play with 3:45 to go in the first. Mulcahy waits, floats at the Shoreswater. The pass was off the mark going back to the winger, but taken back safely by Mulcahy, who cleans up the pass, or cleans up the zone and clears it to center. 3:30 to go in the first. Henry tried to play to Mulcahy. He did. And the pass to Merja was out of his reach, but goes to Shoreswater. Shoreswater hit hard along the boards. Over to Merja. He tried to get to it. He couldn't. Here they come the other way. It's Potter. The shot and the save made by Daniel Mark again with now no rebound.
I'm surprised Mark played that puck. Usually he refuses to play the puck. I know Coach Strenzio is always urging him to come out and play it, and that time he got what he wanted.
Yeah, it was a good save from Daniel Mark, and yes, he did play it. Daniel Mark, most goalies on our team are very hesitant to play it, especially in situations like that. And the reason for that really is because as a goalie, you can't see who's in front of you. You're looking down at the puck, you look up, and if you move the pass too slowly or move the puck too slowly, it gets picked off. It's a goal the other way when it easily could have been an defensive zone draw for your team. So that's really one reason why goalies hate to play it. Here comes Deininger at the right side. Deininger holding the camera, sorry. Now, lost my train of thoughts for a second. At the left side point, another shot deflected. Wide of the cage, still loose. Cardinals able to pick it up, or try to. And now Selwyn will get to it at the left side. Selwyn floating it high in the air, but not cleared out of the zone. A shot taken, blocked by Brunner. Brunner ahead to Finnegan. He's by himself. Here he comes 1-on-2. Finnegan tried to get the puck through the feet of a player. He couldn't. Taken back by Ramapo and shot back out in the neutral zone where Selwyn collects. Across to Johnson, back to Selwyn. The pass was in his feet. Settles it down. Gives it to, he faked the pass to McQueenie. Gets it ahead to Finnegan, who has the puck and floats it into the zone. Brunner chases. Given back by Ramapo. Hit into the boards by McQueenie. Puck still loose at center. Taken back where McQueenie will battle for it. He's knocked off the puck. Cardinals were offsides either way. And I believe they still are. As Finnegan couldn't touch it, though, so it doesn't matter. Here comes Ramapo, cutting towards the net. Backhander shot just wide of the cage. Mark was ready for it, though, and here comes a 2-on-1 the other way. Shoreswater with speed, holds in, rips the shot. Oh, and the great save by Muscolino. Rebound was for the taking, but they couldn't knock it down, and now Ramapo could have a 2-on-1 the other way. Getting back is Henry, so it's a 2-on-2. In front, the pass off the mark again. Taken back by Shoreswater with 1:30 to go here in the first. Shoreswater with speed, trying to cut around the defense. Knocked down with a big check with authority by Atwell and cleared out. Here comes Ramapo again at the right side. In on goal. Max Bernice holds onto the puck. Centering feed. They got the man back door. They shoot the puck instead. Rebound for the taking and cleared out by the Cardinals all the way down. This is going to be no icing as Muscolino will have to play this one and will leave it for his defenseman, Ty Watson. So D-to-D play. Atwell to Watson. Taken back by Atwell. Trying to clear the zone. Cardinals prevented that from happening. Under a minute here in the first period. Merja tried to tie up the stick and get to the loose puck. Taken back by Ramapo and looking to bank it out of the zone. Mulcahy gathers it, head up, and will fling it high into the zone. It's going to roll to Muscolino. No, it won't. It'll be no icing. They're going to say he could have played this one. 35 seconds to go here in the first period. Here they come again through the right side wall. It's Ramapo one more time. 24 seconds to go in the first period. Timothy Wanvig had the puck knocked off his stick. Ferrente, here he comes, moving well through center. Ferrente around one, in on goal. Nice move to cut further towards the net, the backhander, and the save made by Mark again off the piece of his glove. 15 seconds to go in the first. McQueenie tried to clear, he couldn't get it. Henry will, backhander shot, not hard enough to clear the zone. Another shot into the middle, blocked by the Cardinals. Another shot here from the faceoff that marked the save, rebound loose. Cardinals trying to clear, it's taken back, but the clock runs out, and the Cardinals enjoying the 1-0 lead after one period of play. So no ice cut, as we mentioned. We're going to head right into the second period. Cardinals, they look good.
They do. They do. Both sides of the puck. I know the power plays definitely helped to spark some offense, and obviously the goal came off of that. But towards the end of the period, they started getting some rushes that started in the defensive zone. Especially got to point out Jackson Schwarzwalder just back-checking his butt off like 3 or 4 times that could have been a goal, but he came back and picked up the extra guy. So plays like that gets the offense started, right?
It does, no. The power play goal was huge, and you got to remember that with the power play, it's been inconsistent this year at times. Obviously, they're kind of in a dry spot with the power play. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to go in the back of the net, and that's exactly what you said. You wished upon a Thanksgiving miracle, I guess. I don't know. It's a little early for that one, but you get the point across. The Cardinals with a greasy power play goal, but it doesn't matter how. They just ask how many. They're in front 1-0 here to start the second period. I'm just going to nickname this game right now. This one will be the tire game. We'll call it that one. We have a lot of different nicknames for games depending on what happens on the way to the rink. And
had the diner game last week.
Yeah, you had the diner game last week. The team had a team breakfast before the UMBC game last week. That was the diner game, or the skillet game, as David Zapp had a skillet before the game, so we call it that. One of the two. Anyways, this will be called, no matter the result, we should call it the tire game. Now, Mulcahy will play it ahead. Can't clear the zone, though. At the line. Goal line, excuse me. Taken back by Ramapo at the right side point. Cardinals, Frankie Merja almost had a break going the other way. Taken back. Bodied into the boards. Mulcahy hits him over to Henry. He's bodied too. Taken back by Ramapo. Open space towards the dot. The shot, and Mark made a piece of that save. He got a piece of it with the pad. Another shot. And Desjardins will collect for the Cardinals and move out through center. Desjardins, long shot hit off the shin pad of the defender. Desjardins circling the cage, but he lost the puck in the process. Here comes Ferrente, moving well. Ferrente, oh man, nice move to get around 2 players, but lost the puck at the third and taken back by Finnegan. Nice stick lift. Finnegan at the right side dot again, bodied into the boards, gets the puck further into the zone, and taken back by the Roadrunners as they kind of went for a semi-change, a tire change. No. Anyway, here comes Brunner. Brunner in on sides, gains the red line, now the blue line, and will chase after it. 18:46 to go here in the second period. Brunner a big check, knocks the man down. Could have been a cross check perhaps, but Brunner floats it in the middle. McQueenie, another shot. Oh, and a save by Mascolino. The rebound still loose. Brunner bodied into the corner. Finnegan, he's bodied too. Brunner tries to get the puck free. Oh, tackled behind the play is Finnegan. Another player goes down. They're still battling, and the play continues. at the point. Johnson a shot, deflected just wide of the net again. Ferrante was knocking down Finnegan. He didn't like it, and now the stretch feet ahead. Johnson able to get back away and turn away from trouble. Johnson, picked off by Ferrante into the high slot. Ferrante holds onto the puck, waits, deflection in front, open man, the backhander. Mark able to jump on top of it for a save.
Ferrante all over the ice on that shift. But great job on the Catholic forecheck there. Like, you got past one or two guys, but there's always another 3, 4, 5 Catholic Cardinals sitting there waiting for him. Just relentless attack from the Cardinals results in a great scoring chance from Matthew McQueenie. Just better save.
I haven't seen a lot of his one-timer usage so far this year.
No, I haven't.
That was a good shot. And a great save, too. Dumped in over the red line, says the official. Play continues. Mulcahy over to Henry, trying to clear out a CUA at the point. It's Desjardins ahead over to Frankie Merja at the left side. Merja, pass was partly blocked. Taken back again, Desjardins. He's able to step in and prevent that pass from going through. Shot wide of the Catholic Ramapo net. Desjardins watching at the line, not kept in by Schwarzwater. We'll have to reset here with 17:32 to go in the second. Okay, he bodied along the wall, got the pass ahead to Merja, who's going to blindly play this across the length of the ice, looking for Henry, but taken back by Brian Atwell of Ramapo. Ramapo, long feed across. They hit the man Potter. Michael Potter at the left side. Another shot taken. Oh, the save made by Mark. Rebound goes right back to Michael Potter, who circles the cage, looks for the open man in front, and elects to drop it off or take it back to his point, and lets another shot go. Deflection in! Oh, that was a crazy deflection in front.
Beautiful, right in the corner. Daniel Mark sliding one way to save the puck and deflected in the bottom of the other side of the net. Nearly impossible for him. Looks like first collegiate goal for that kid, maybe.
Ty DeLeckler, first goal at the collegiate level. The native of Stanhope, New Jersey, scores his first ever goal, so congratulations to him. Game tied up now, though. The Cardinals looking to get back in front. No chance for Daniel Mark on that one. That was a really nice deflection, you got to say. Mark was sliding back one way, and it looked like the shot was going to go in his right pad, but the deflection was enough, and it bounced over along the ice and into the back of the cage. So Ramapo, another shot. There's another deflection, but Mark gets that one, too. Ramapo has tied the game up at 1 apiece.
That looked like it was a Catholic player that tipped it. I think we were talking about that yesterday. Just you got to block it 100% or get out of the way and let the goalie see it.
Yeah, I had a coach that hated that. He said if you're going to stand in front of the shot, you're either going to block it fully or not block it at all. You can't half block the shot. Combs able to gain the red line. Nice stick lift. Able to push this one into the zone. Chasing after it now. Weidenkamp takes the man into the boards. Poor pass from Ramapo. Cardinals trying to pick it up. Combs moves it forward for Weidenkamp, and he couldn't get it ahead as he was open in the slot. Weidenkamp tried to get to it. Passes away from him. Here comes Ramapo. Another shot, and a glove down by Mark again.
Once again, good job from the Cardinals. They gave up a shot, but it's outside. Daniel Mark can see it. It's no problem. Now we got to face off.
16-16 to go here in the second period, won by the Cardinals, or Ramapo, excuse me, at the left side wall. At the point, taken out by CU or Ramapo, and now cleared back into the Catholic zone with 16 minutes to go in the second. I believe Ramapo still might be offside, so if they touch it, now it doesn't matter. They cleared the zone. Weidenkamp ahead, tried to find Combs, taken back by Ramapo, by the open man Bernice, and stopped by Daniel Mark behind the net. Selwyn plays it to Johnson. Couldn't clear the puck, though. Ramapo, and momentum's starting to swing back in their favor a bit with that goal. It felt like the Cardinals really had the better part of play since the goal, and for the Cardinals, really. Here's a penalty coming up on Johnson that Johnson drew. Weidenkamp by himself the shot. He's going to chase after it, too, but Ramapo will collect. Johnson drew the tripping penalty, I believe. Another Cardinal power play coming up.
Yeah, it's a big one. As you're saying, the tide was turning against the Cardinals, really struggling to get the puck out of the zone with possession, and this could be a big one if the Cardinals can put one in the back of the net.
So 2 minutes to Sammy Esabar. First penalty minutes of the season. Sits for 2 minutes. Johnson into the defensive zone, offensive zone draw. He's playing center, so he was just at defense, and now he's moved to the center position. with a bunch of injuries, the makeshift power play is back. Frankie Merja down low, hoping for Johnson. Oh, able to step in there and try and get the puck back. Battling for it. McQueenie goes in to help him, too. McQueenie, partly may have knocked him down, though may have had a call not called there, perhaps for a interference or something or other. But nonetheless, here comes Ramapo shorthanded. The shot. They try and get it around. It's blocked away by the Cardinals, and here they come with 15 minutes to go here in the second. Shoreswater at the right side. Tries to sidestep the defense at the perimeter. At the goal line, floats it back out towards the point to the awaiting Mulcahy, but the pass. Oh, good recovery from Mulcahy. It could have been a breakaway the other way. McQueenie back behind the net. Now back to Mulcahy. He plays it over to Frankie Merja at the half wall. Down low to the goal line by McQueenie. He looks for it, looks to center it. Back out towards the point. Shoreswater holds onto the puck and waits. Back down low again to Brendan Johnson. Centering feed to Shoreswater. Hits the shot. Oh, the save made by Muscolino. Got it with a piece of the shoulder at the point. Johnson not able to keep it in. He was going for a change. Couldn't get the puck in time as he wasn't looking. 14:10 to go in the second. Gets the pass across to Shoreswater. Shoreswater ahead to Frankie Merja. Intercepted by the Roadrunners. They'll clear this one down the length of the ice with 14 minutes to go in the second period. Mulcahy knocked down. He's knocked down again, but he's able to get the pass across just in time away from trouble. Getting the red line with speed is Shoreswater. Cuts in towards the net. Shot taken, blocked away by the Roadrunners. They're looking for a shorthanded rush. They got Ferrante with Selwyn back. Good stick to knock it off. Good play to knock it off his stick. Brunner ahead. It's a hand pass. And they're going to have the slash after the play, too. I mean, Atwell was taking a run at him.
It looked like it, yeah.
Yeah.
After the play.
Finnegan slaps the stick. Oh, signaling, too. Wow, they called this. Oh, my goodness. They're going to call the slash on Finnegan. That's I'm not a fan of that call, personally. That was a really weak slash, and Atwell was going at him and bumped him.
Well, after the play,
After the play. If there was no whistle, he was going to light him up. So, I mean, he was bracing himself and didn't like it since the whistle blew. He swung this stick at him, but it was rather weakly. It wasn't even on the hands, but power play will start in 10 seconds for Ramapo here. 13:30 to go here in the second period. Here they come in the neutral zone looking to set up shop. Watched by McQueenie. Cardinals doing a good job preventing them now from entering the zone. I spoke too early. Here they come. Ramapo around one. Back behind the Ramapo cage, or excuse me, the Cardinal cage. Floated back out towards the point to the open defenseman. He holds the puck. Carter Bernice gets the shot to the winger, the puck. He took that shot. It was blocked. Back out towards the point it goes. Awaiting it was Jake Kromchick. And now taken back over. The pass back door, partly blocked by the Cardinals. Still with possession of it is Kromick. Another shot taken. Mark able to glove it down. He sees it cleanly. It's a glove save again.
Yeah, you can see Ramapo's looking for that cross-ice backdoor pass, and that's going to be on the weak side winger, which in that case I believe was Matthew McQueenie, to come down and help out. It's really tough when you're a man down. The two defensemen can't cover everyone, so going to have to communicate well.
It's a tough play, but Cardinals did a good job of covering it for the majority of the game yesterday, but the winning goal was a backdoor feed where the Cardinals just got caught. So it doesn't matter if you can only do it once or twice. It's a low-scoring affair so far, similar to the Penn State game. You have to imagine they will probably stay that way for the most part. So every goal counts. Here's a shot. Save made, rebound loose, and cleared all the way down off the one-handed stick play from Will Brunner. 12:30 to go here in the second period. Cardinals trying to keep it alive and keep it out of their zone as 43 seconds remain on the Pangborn penalty kill. Taken back by CUA. Shoreswater trying to clear it up the length of the boards. He couldn't. And taken back by the open man. Lots of room. Rips the shot. Mark is able to find it again for another save.
Yeah, even though the Pangborn penalty kill has been looking good, I think Cardinals need to learn that the referees are calling this game tight, right? You have to adjust your game, and it seems like they're calling both sides. They're calling really anything that's in the gray area. So you have to be careful and can't retaliate at all. I know Owen Finnegan maybe didn't hack the guy too hard, but just enough.
It was enough, and the Cardinals, as a result, here's another shot taken out, was also blocked, cleared out by CUA, just to the line. Oh, Ferrante was waiting to keep it in, but CUA got a little lucky, and they'll have to regroup with 10 seconds to go. Ferrante with speed. Here he comes, in over the line, left side, face-off dot. drops it off. He's knocked down, kind of lost his footing, I believe, and cleared all the way down by Catholic. They've killed off the Owen Finnegan minor penalty for slashing. 11:40 to go in the second period. The Cardinals looking to now go back on the attack as they did a good job killing that penalty off, really limiting a majority of their chances. On sides again, full strength. Here comes Ramapo, cleared all the way out. Kept it at the point by Ramapo as they walk in. They wait, hold it again. Bernice lugs onto the puck, gives it back out towards the open man and back across the Atwell. It's picked off by McQueenie and just to center as he couldn't get his puck on the stick that time. His stick on the puck, sorry. 3 games in 3 days will do that to you.
Yeah, voice is still sounding pretty good, though, for that.
Oh, thank you. A little different situation last year. Anyways, here they come again. High slot for Rente. Backdoor feed. They going across, and now another shot still loose in the crease. And another shot taken by Atwell, perhaps, but no, he couldn't get to it. And the Cardinals are able to clear the zone. Ramapo was offsides. The Cardinals by the skin of their teeth. The game is still tied again. Johnson roars in. Around one, tried to go and do it another. He's knocked off the puck last second. Good play from Ramapo to prevent that from happening. Johnson tried to settle down the bouncing puck. The shot taken. Save made by Muscolino. And at the point, Frankie Merger able to get enough of it as he dumped the man down and also dumped the puck at the same time. Taken back by Watson. He gives it across the Atwell. Shot into the zone by Ferrente, where Cole Mulcahy will pick up for CUA. He'll try and clear out towards the left side. The right side, excuse me. Mulcahy got the pass back from McQueenie to Mulcahy, and now taken back by Finnegan into the middle. Desjardins, nice move, gains the red line, and he's able to dump this puck into the zone. Not really only to the blue line. And now on the attack again. Here's a counter rush, and on goal. Nice move, the shot, the save made by Mark. He's run over two at the same time. Play will continue. Mark has lost his stick again. Cleared high out of the zone. Okay, he will go get the goaltender's stick for him of Marks, and now shot back into the zone by Ramapo. Could have been a tripping penalty too, but play will continue. Mulcahy up ahead looking for Weidenkopf. Weidenkopf lost the puck in his feet, and here comes Ramapo on the counter rush again. They'll just rip this one out of Mark, and that is deflected. Not out of the zone. It looked like it was going to hit the safety netting, but it didn't. High off the glass, still in play. Another shot taken. Mark able to handle that one too. Blocker save. Another shot deflected, and Mark is able to hold on again. They don't like how close they were to Mark. Henry knocks him down. You got to be careful here. They're calling it tight. Nothing extracurricular needed. I get you got to stand up for your goalie. I'm all for that as a goalie, but
a little biased in that.
I'm all for it, but you got to watch. You just got to be smart.
I think maybe just a little small hack to where the referees don't see it, or just a little shove, but tackling the guy might push just over the line, and Cardinals can't afford to be on the penalty kill.
No, not this whole game. They have a short bench, as we know. If you look at the far benches, you can see Ramapo has about 4 more players than CUA. There's a shot blocked in front and kept alive by Ramapo as they're able to get the puck back. Another shot, the stick save made by Mark as he cleared it old school style into the corner with his stick standing up. It's a little bit like Ken Dryden on that save. Standing up, stick save, redirected to the corner. Anyways, Cardinals pick it up. Mulcahy across, hoping for Weidenkopf's going to roll to Muscolino, who is going to have to cover this one as Combs was waiting. 8:51 to go here. Well, the Cardinals will be back at it in 2 weekends. They'll have next week off for the holiday, and then they'll play a big divisional game against the University of Maryland on December 6th at 8:40 p.m. We'll have coverage starting at 8:25. Not sure the location just yet, as it was supposed to be scheduled for Fort DuPont, but since it's still closed, we'll let you know where the game is. Here's another shot taken by Brunner off the draw, and the save made by Muscolino. We'll talk more about the rink location in a moment as we have a play here to actually discuss. Now knocked down, Combs knocks him down. They're going to say both players kind of went down at the same time, so they won't call it. Long shot in on Mark, the save made. Henry gets to it again and floats it across to Mulcahy over to Weidenkopf. He's knocked down with a big check. Benches like that. Weidenkopf still down, trying to grab his stick. Oh, he played it ahead with his hand, but taken back by Ramapo, and now gloved down. Oh, puck was still loose. Early whistle, but the net was also off, so that's partly why. They're going to say the Cardinals can't get their players on the bench, off the bench for a change here. Now they're trying to come off, and they're not going to let. They're not going to let them. I'm not sure why. Maybe because Mark knocked the net off. They're going to keep Weidenkopf out there. He said, I have an equipment issue, it looks like. and I believe they will let him off. He throws his glove into the bench in frustration. Let's see what happened to him. I don't know if he had his head hit or something, but now he's off the bench, and he may have had his bell rung a little bit. Obviously.
Just got back from a concussion. Don't want to see that.
Right. Here's a shot in on Mark again. We'll let you know what happens with Luke Weidenkampf, but halfway through this game, his backup goalie, Caden Van, caters to him off the bench. Head down and bent over is Luke, just trying to maybe take a breather. Hopefully the headache goes away. We'll have to wait and see what happens to him. Now 8 minutes to go here in the second. We'll get more words on Luke when we can. At the right side point, the shot, Mark. Another good blocker save. Schwarzwater trying to get to it for the Cardinals. He's bodied with a big check. Puck came loose. Back in Schwarzwater's feet. Players still battle for it. Taken back by Johnson. Into the high slot for Rente. He's got the man down low, but the pass was off the mark. And gloved by Mark again.
Yeah, that one, it seemed like both Cardinal defensemen went to the Ferrante, and I think he's established himself as a threat out there. And you can't go all in on just one guy, just as we played Gettysburg, and number 55, the defenseman, had a great game, great player, and we go all in on him and leave other guys open. Can't do that.
So Ferrante is a guy you got to watch out for here, of course, but you got to watch everybody else too. Now, bouncing puck goes the Cardinal way. Here comes Merja. Forehand, the shot. Oh, he missed it just high. Rebound came back out to Schwarzwater. He's going to get to it. Float it back out towards the point. Cross-corner dump from Selwyn. Not hard enough as it was blocked. And Schwarzwater, well, he's getting off the ice. It's a break going the other way. The shot was blocked as Selwyn got his stick on it. Ferrante lugs onto the puck. A shot. Oh, Mark got a piece of it. He dumped Merja, too, as he took the shot. Play will continue. Here comes McQueenie with space. McQueenie in over the line by himself. Has the puck still. Will backhand it further into the zone and chase. Gets to it is McQueenie, or he tried to, and taken back by the Roadrunners. 6:59 to go in the second. Taken back by the Cardinals in their neutral zone. Johnson will wait and now floated ahead into the zone to Combs. Will Brunner. And behind their net, here comes Ramapo. Bodied along the wall by Brunner. Slowly, they're going to try and float this out of the zone. Now they will. Here they come at the right side. Taken back by Finnegan in the neutral zone. It took a check for his troubles. But the Cardinals now chasing after it back behind the Ramapo net. Still battling for it in the neutral zone, in the offensive zone. It's loose behind the net again. Players come together along the boards. Probably not saying Happy Thanksgiving. But we're getting there. Anyway, here's McQueenie, another shot, save made, and the rebound was loose again. But Muscolino able to hold on.
Yeah, on that one you might like McQueenie to shoot lower on the pad, maybe look for a rebound. It seemed like the Ramapo goaltender had a great angle, and there wasn't much other than the crest of his jersey to shoot at.
So it was a good play from McQueenie. Good offenses. Cardinals haven't had a lot of shots in the last 5 or 7 minutes, really, in the second period, so good to have them have some offensive zone time. At the point, Cardinals defense had backed up, so Ramapo will move it further into the zone, try and get around the defense of Mulcahy. They cut towards the net, the shot, it banked in. Mark went for the poke check. I believe it banked off his stick, and it's 2-1.
Really unfortunate bounce there. Looks like the Catholic Cardinals were all over him. They had 3 sticks, Daniel Marks, Joey Henrys, and Cole Mulcahy's all right there, and just bad bounce right to the top shelf.
Unlucky play. It seems when the Cardinals seem to just get back into the game. 1 step forward and then 2 steps back. So Ramapo now in front once again. It's 2-1. Oh, excuse me, they're in front for the first time today. So it's 1-0 Cardinals, 1-1 Ramapo, or 1-1 tie, and now 2-1 Ramapo. 5:45 to go here, though. We've got an entertaining game here, folks. Here comes Frankie Merzic chasing after this puck again. Both players hard into the boards. Merzic trying to get to it. His stick down in time. The Cardinals want to tie it before the third starts. Merzic cross-checking the player, or kind of just getting a little physical, rather, and the play will continue as trying to get the puck back again is Desjardins. He knocks the player down. He's saying, oh, there's a high hit on Desjardins, and it's not called. Play will continue as Merzic, because now they're going to call this. And Desjardins battling after it. Players come up. Punches being thrown into the corner. It's an all-out brawl here, folks. Oh, man, everybody's stepping in along the boards. Players trying to dig themselves free. The referee's in between all of it. Atwell with a high tempers exploding here. Referees, I think the penalty's on the Cardinals initially, but we'll have to wait and see if there's another one too.
That might be a party in both penalty boxes at this point.
Oh yeah, it will be. Getting the party, Thanksgiving party started early. 5:20 to go in the second. Let's see who's going to go to the box. I don't know if Desjardins picked up an extra penalty because it was called on him first, but the retaliation from Atwell, we'll have to wait and see. So you have Desjardins going to sit. You have Ty Watson going to sit for Ramapo, and you might have two players, Merja and Atwell, also sitting too.
Might just be two matching roughing penalties for both.
The referees will talk it over.
Yeah, game like this, it's tough because you don't want to go down the penalty kill. At the same time, you want to stand for your teammates, right? You can't let your teammates be walked all over. And I think it's good that the Cardinals stepped in there, maybe. And if it's just matching penalties, then there's no harm done. And looks like Desjardins is all right after maybe a high hit.
And that was a high check, and then the retaliation came in. One word on the scoreboard. I know it says it's a 3-on-3, but I haven't really worked out the logistics completely. We have the penalties listed on the board. It should be 5-on-5, maybe 4-on-4, but definitely not 3-on-3. We'll have to wait and see. But as we await the penalties here, yeah, it was a high hit. Desjardins went for the hit, clean check, and then Desjardins looked like he took an elbow up high. So maybe someone picks up a 5-minute or a 2-minute. We'll have to wait and see. Going back to the next game for the Cardinals, they play only 6 divisional games a year. Their first one is next in 2 weeks on December 6th against the University of Maryland. Always a great rivalry game. 8:40 p.m. We'll have coverage starting at 8:25. It's a must-win game for CUA. 6 divisional games a year. You pretty much want to go 6-0 to have a chance at clinching a playoff spot. At worst, you can be 4-2. Really, 6-0 is the easiest way to get in, obviously, with William and Mary being a very strong contender for the division. Same with UMD.
Right.
No location yet. It's most likely at Laurel or Tucker Road, maybe Wheaton Ice Arena, but check the Cardinals' Instagram page, CUA_ice hockey, for more updates as we get closer to the game.
Some strange games against Maryland last year, right? I think 2 losses, but then also a 10-0 win.
Yeah, it was 1 win, 10-0 win against Maryland, and then a 6-4 loss against Maryland right before Christmas. So it's always, they always seem to split. It doesn't matter how good Maryland is. There's been years where they've struggled, and there's been years where they've been good, but it doesn't matter. They always seem to split. So if the Cardinals can take both, especially the first one, which usually they take the second one, not the first, it'd be great. We'll have to wait and see. UMD is definitely a strong team this year. They've pretty much revamped their entire Division III program. They're much better. Not to say that they were bad last year. Hey, they made the playoffs and we didn't. So that's what I'm going to say there. They were a better team than Catholic was last year. Even though the 10-0 loss for UMD against Catholic, still, they were a better team than the Cardinals were last year. So CUA looking to have a season sweep against Maryland, hopefully, the next one in 2 weeks. Well, now we've got some penalties up on the board. We're going to remove them from the scoreboard. It was really just for viewing purposes as we get everything straightened up. Now we have a 5-minute major penalty. Not sure who it's on. It's on Ramapo, excuse me. We don't know what player it's on. It's either on Atwell or it's on Watson. I want to say it's on Atwell as he's a little rather incensed on the bench.
But it looked like it was Ramapo that really started escalating the fight down there. It was just kind of shoving until it looked like one player maybe started throwing punches. So maybe that's what the referees are calling down there.
We'll have to wait and see what exactly it is. It's not like professional where we get like the whole call, so we're going to have to assume until we can actually get the score sheet after the second period.
And it looked like Captain Brendan Johnson was talking with the Zebra, so maybe he can signal to us what's going on down there.
Yeah, if he can signal to us, we could somehow tell him that we need to know. So they got 2 players in the box still. It's a party in both boxes right now. 5:20 to go here in the second period. We will have an ice cut after the second period. We have overtime. If we have overtime, it'll be 5-minute 4-on-4. Now, I want to mention this too. The last time we had an overtime at East Coast Showdown, it was the last game of the tournament. It was 2 years ago when Frankie Merja scored the game-winning goal against Alvernia, 4-3 winners in overtime. That was a spectacular game. The Cardinals were down I believe the final score was 5-4. My memory's fading a bit, but Matthew Hornick tied the game up at 3 or 4 with a minute left, and then Frankie Merja scored a beautiful rebound goal to win it for the Cardinals on this rink on the third day of the tournament. So if we get to overtime, maybe a little Merja magic. We'll have to wait and see. So 5:20 to go. Extended delay as we're scorekeepers trying to get the penalties correct and try and work everything out so far. A couple other games in the tournament. Penn State played Columbia earlier today. We don't have a final score from that game. That game was earlier today. Rowan played Mercyhurst in the women's bracket at 10:30 this morning. RMU played Navy at 12:45, so that game just started. All of these games are on the other side on rink 1. We're on rink 3. Villanova plays Maryland at 3 o'clock today. Penn State Berks played Penn State Altoona at 9:30 this morning. Kutztown will play Shippensburg at 2 o'clock on this rink. Rink 4, 10:15 in the morning. St. John Fisher played Alvernia, and 12:30 ongoing now on rink 4 is Gettysburg and Rowan. And then to close out the tournament on rink 4, Columbia will play Penn State main campus.
Well, it looks like Atwell is done for the game. That he's walking off the ice. It might be a 5-minute game misconduct for him. I'm not exactly sure for what.
Well, I think they're going to say it was a high hit in the elbow, and he's got some words for the Catholic bench, too, as he walks to the locker room, too. He had something. Oh, Cardinals did not like that at all, whatever he said. But 5-minute major penalty. He's done for the game as he walks back. Could be a 10-minute misconduct, too, but if it's 10-minute, usually you can stay on the bench. So I believe he is done for the game. Atwell, one of their better defensemen, 8 points on the season, in the regular season, the native of Kearney, New Jersey. 8 points in 8 games, 4 goals, 4 assists. So the Cardinals are going to have, I believe, it won't be a 4-on-3. We're going to take the penalties off the score clock as well, so we don't get people confused, our viewers.
It looks like 4-on-4. I don't know if somebody miscounted, but.
5:20 to go in the second period. Just about ready to drop this puck. It'll be a neutral zone draw. Referees are just about ready. It's a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then it'll be a 3-minute power play for the Cardinals. It'll be score as many times as you want on that power play since it's a 5-minute major penalty. Oh, that was way offsides. Oh my goodness, the shot and the save made by Mark. I believe Ramapo was way offsides on the far blue line. That looked like it to me. Maybe I just missed it, but it looked offsides to me. Anyways, 4-on-4 means more open space. Here comes Schwarzwater. The shot blocked away in front and taken back by Ramapo with open space at the right side and now through the middle. Counter rush play. Holding on to the puck back behind the Cardinal net. Henry will get to this puck for CUA. 4:44 to go here in the second period. Henry gave off to his winger, Schwarzwater, who played it back behind to Cole Mulcahy. Cardinals, obviously, yes, tying the game up going into the third would be huge, and having the ice cut to rest would be great. Here comes Henry. On sides is CUA, who's a little close, but Henry able to float it into the zone, hits the man into the corner, tried to free up the puck to Finnegan, and clear it all the way out, where Johnson's going to have to get on his horse here to get back on this puck. Johnson, bodied along the wall, gets it ahead over to Jackson Schwarzwater with a lot of open space. Here he comes. Schwarzwater moving well. Gets around the defense. Had him falling down for a moment and lost the puck in the process, though. Maybe he was shocked he made the man fall. And gets the puck to Finnegan. Back out towards the point to Selwyn. It steps into a shot wide of the cage. 30 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. It'll be a 3-minute extended Catholic power play. Matthew McQueenie back behind the net, open for the open man, and not taken back by the Cardinals yet. Kicked into the skates of Finnegan. Now to Johnson. Lets the shot go. Deflected around the net by the goaltender. Back out towards the point. Selwyn steps into a long float shot and settles right to the stick of Ramapo. 10 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. We're going to have a man, Desjardins, I believe, coming out of the box. We got 3 players into the box for CUA, so trying to see who's going to come out and if it'll be a 5-on-4 anyway. Here comes Johnson, the shot, the save made. I believe there are 5 Cardinals are out there, and you have 4, so it's a power play for 3 minutes. Schwarzwater holds onto the puck. Back out to Johnson. Back down low to Schwarzwater. He holds onto the puck. He waits. He holds on to it, looks for the open lane. trying to tie the game up at 2 in the late stages of the second period. Back out towards the point, Mulcahy fakes the shot. Down low again to Johnson. He's able to get it to Schwarzwater. Using the left side of the ice a lot so far in this power play. Schwarzwater, 2:25 to go on the second period penalty, and 2:40 to go here in the second period power play. At the point, cleared all the way down the length of the ice. Excuse me, misspoke. 2:40 to go in the second period. 2:15 now remaining on the Priz power play. Cardinals tying goal here would be huge. Here comes Mulcahy. Open space. In over the line now and looks to set up shot for the Cardinals. Has the puck. He waits, holds on to it. Back out towards the point. It's Johnson controlling from behind the net. Johnson waits. Holds. Backdoor feed. Oh, he was looking in front for the tip-in goal, but it's cleared all the way down by Ramapo with 2:11 to go here in the second period. Mark floats it up the wall. Cardinals not able to, oh, they will get to it. Oh, Ferrante overskated it. Here comes Henry now with a rush. He's got Finnegan and Weidenkopf. Henry ahead. Back out towards the point. Selwyn thought about the shot. Plays it down low to Henry again. Henry always looking for Finnegan, but his stick, his new stick, I guess, didn't do him any favors that time. It's cleared out of the zone. Here comes Ferrante. Short-handed, cuts towards the middle. Ferrante holds onto the puck, looking for the open lane. Shoots, and Mark is able to hold on. Minute 39 to go in the second period. A minute 20 on the power play.
Can't tell if Merja is allowed out of the box yet. Desjardins and Maliabas were, but looks like Merja's still locked up.
I'm not exactly sure why. If it's a 2 and 10, I'm not exactly sure what they called. We're just going to assume that he'll be back for the third and when his 10-minute punishment is up, perhaps. Here comes Schwarzwater, tried to cut in. Ramapo didn't bite for the move, and they'll have to reset as Catholic with a minute 25 to go here in the late stages of the second period. Henry ahead to Desjardins indirectly, but he gets in the pass. Desjardins trying to lug onto that puck and taken back by the Roadrunners and cleared all the way down with a minute 10 to go here in the second. 50 seconds remaining on the Priz power play. Mark plays it across to Henry, who plays it back over to Selwyn, and Selwyn over to Jackson Schwarzwater. Just wanted to mention too, we saw Luke Weidenkopf back on the ice, so that's a good sign. Here comes Schwarzwater. Lets the shot go. He hit the post. Oh, what a chance for CUA. A few more inches the other way, and that may have been in. 40 seconds to go in the second period. 45, excuse me. 25 seconds to go in the power play. Henry gets the puck back. He almost lost it. Now keeps his head up and looks for the open lane. Henry running out of time here. Gets it ahead to McQueenie, who circles at center ice. In over the line is McQueenie. Holds onto the puck. Waits. Bodied into the corner, but no, holds onto the puck still, and he's knocked down. Try to get to that puck. Open room. Henry keeps it in. Henry the shot. Big save. Brett rolls out to Johnson. Power play over. Time running out in the second. Another shot knocked it into the corner by Ramapo. 14 seconds to go. They've got the man out of the box. It could be a rush going the other way. Here they come. They might have the 2-on-1. They take the shot. Big block from Henry. Knocked down with the check. 4 seconds to go in the second period. Ramapo looking for one more. The pass was blocked, and time runs out in the second period. The Cardinals down 2-1 after 2. Similar story as we saw yesterday. Well, both players, both teams, heading back to the locker room. One more period left of the East Coast Showdown. Cardinals playing a good game so far. They're being outshot, but they're hanging with Ramapo, and they are a good team. They play in a higher level of Division III than CUA.
Right, and CUA's also faced some adversity. We talked about the injuries and no warm-up today. Most guys on this team are not morning people, and they've done well. They've been step for step with Ramapo all night, and just a couple different bounces. I mean, Schwarzwater hit the post at the end of the game, and unlucky bounce on Ramapo's second goal, and it could be a different story.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. They were that close from tying the game. They'll have 20 more minutes to work with after the second period intermission report, which we'll have coming up in a few minutes. Cardinals, Ramapo Roadrunners. Ramapo up ahead and leading 2-1 after 2. We'll be back to discuss the second period and the first period in a few moments. We're ready to start the third period here. WCUA's coverage of Catholic University Ice Hockey. Cardinals down 1 after 2. Matthew McQueenie got the scoring started in the first period for CUA. The assist was to Brendan Johnson on the power play when McQueenie knocked home a rebound. Number 50 tied the game for Ramapo. We'll recap more about it as the early stages of the third period, but we're underway. The third and final period of today's game. In the last game of the East Coast Showdown, Desjardins had the shot blocked. Took it, lost it. Here comes Ramapo right back on the attack the other way. Shot back in behind the Catholic cage. Mark will leave it for his defense. Henry trying to get to it, he couldn't. And redirected back behind the Catholic net. From Mulcahy will pick up. Shoreswater, try to get it ahead. He's by himself, he's got some room. Shoreswater in on goal, gets the puck back, he shoots. He hit the crossbar. Oh my goodness, 2 great chances back to back. One off the post and now off the crossbar. No luck for the Cardinals in this one. Still lots of time. Here comes Ferrante trying to split the Catholic defense. He did for a moment, but Finnegan got back in time to tie up the last stick at the point. Shot back down low behind the net, hoping for Mulcahy and try and intercept the pass. Bodied along the wall, taken back by the Road Runners at the goal line. Back out towards the point. They walk it, they fire it. Mark a big save. Mulcahy tries to clear out the right side boards, and he couldn't do it though, and Ferrante regains possession and circles the net. Bodied along the wall by Mulcahy. Henry pushes him to the outside, but they're not in time with the pass. It's offsides. The Cardinals can touch up here, and they'll have some time. 18:40 to go in the third. The shots after 2 periods were 13-26 and now 13-27. Lots of penalties to recap too, especially that sequence that happened in the second period. We'll talk about that when we have a stoppage. Brunner couldn't get to it. Ramapo clears. Cardinals also going for a change, and now Finnegan for Catholic will chase after this puck where the goalie misplayed it. It's intercepted by CUA. Brunner has it back out towards the point. Cardinals control. Selwyn way wide of that shot, more of a dump in. And Finnegan trying to get to it. Nice diving play from from Ramapo. Player may have gotten a little banged up in the process though, and the Cardinals will play it as it's not icing. Back behind the cage, getting to it, trying to get to it is CUA. Bodied along the wall. Ramapo gets to it. The shot was blocked in front. Another shot to the face off that. Another shot, and that's also blocked. McQueenie got a puck high into the face. He's like in a lot of pain. Right in the ear. He's hurt. No ear guards, I don't believe, for McQueenie. Here's a shot on Mark. McQueenie now banged up as he got a shot high. Yeah, you said the ear. May have been his ear.
That's the thing. Some players, for style points, will take the ear guards off, let the hair hang out, and that's the risk you take. But it seems like he's doing all right. Maybe just clutching his ear, but should be back soon.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Tough player he is. Already a goal today. Banged up even more are the Cardinals. It seems players getting hit on the bench yesterday and other sorts of things. Here's another shot from the circle by Ramapo, and it was just out of reach and over the cage. Another shot. Rebound was for the taking. The Cardinals, by the skin of their teeth, are still alive here. Shoreswater almost a rush the other way. And here's another long shot in on Mark. He makes the save with the glove. Referee comes in to grab it from Daniel Mark. 17-18 to go. While we have a second, players change. 4 CUA penalties in the game so far. The slash to Owen Finnegan, and then from the sequence, Frankie Merja picked up a roughing penalty and a cross-checking penalty. Hence why he was not able to play towards the end of the second period. It was only 1 penalty listed on the clock, but he did pick up 2. He had picked up 2 minor penalties, cross-check and a roughing call. We'll have more to talk about in a moment with the penalties as play continues here. As Watson a shot through traffic. Big save, Mark. Rebound loose. Another shot. They hold it to fire at the post. Oh, they couldn't tuck it home. The Cardinals, again, hanging on. Barely. It's still 2-1. Wide open cage, and they missed it. The Cardinals getting lucky here. Here's a long shot in on Daniel Mark. A late hit by Shoreswater, too. You got a player banged up for Ramapo after the play who slowly rises to his feet. So back to the sequence. It was the slash on Finnegan earlier that we talked about. The rough and cross-check to Merja off that sequence. There was also the roughing penalty to Connor Desjardins. And then number 3, as we had mentioned, he's out of the game for today, as here's another shot saved by Mark. You had a hooking call, which was earlier, but he had a roughing penalty, and he had a head contact. That's what the penalty was for the misconduct. It was head contact, and he also picked up, head contact plus the game misconduct. So it wasn't because he removed his helmet, which can be called, but they called it because it was a head contact, and that sounds about right. It was a high hit, and that was the right call made, in my opinion, by the officials. At the line, good fork checking from Henry up in the play to get the pass out of the zone. It's taken back by the Road Runners, and Cardinals will take it back again, and they got another, I believe it's, what is it, offside? No.
They're calling Luke Weidenkamp for a trip, maybe?
It must be Luke. Yes, it is Lucas.
I think it's one of those situations you're looking for a hit, and the player jumps out of the way, and you accidentally clip him with your skate, and it didn't look like much, but
Cardinals don't like the call. Head coach Steven Terenzio vociferously complaining to the officials. No avail. Another 2-minute penalty the Cardinals have to kill off here. 16:10 to go here in the third period. Another uphill climb for the Cardinals in this one as they'll try and tie the game up. They did it yesterday. They were able to tie the game, but they couldn't finish it off. Lots of time in this game, but Ramapo with the power play. Cardinals trying to do their best and kill another penalty off here. This one to Luke Weidenkamp for a trip. Pass out of the zone. Mercer trying to chip it ahead to Shoreswater, but he couldn't get enough of it. Now he gets it to Shoreswater, who was going to, from his head coach, easy, says head coach Steven Terenzio. So, well, I mean, he didn't back off just yet. Now he does. By himself in the offensive zone, Shoreswater waiting for Ramapo to mess up a pass or try and intercept the pass. You've seen him do it a couple of times in different games. Did it a couple of times last year against Salisbury, a couple other games this year. This time they get away from him, and here comes Ferrante by the right side goal line. Back out towards the point. Mercer now. Mercer shorthanded. He's got some room. Mercer's going to pick it up. In on goal. The backhand of the shot. Oh, he floated it high over the net. Great opportunity as he head backs to the bench. Ramapo now will recollect. Oh, Ramapo defense was caught completely. Cardinals just couldn't finish on that one. Now, Shoreswater trying to get the puck away from Ferrante. Almost did. Shoreswater now, he is able to get to it, but he couldn't get the puck back to his stick. And Ramapo will recollect and try and gain the center line. Cardinals doing a good job defensively. Ramapo hasn't been set up at all on this man advantage. Henry out of the zone, not yet. And into the high slot, Ramapo collects. They wait. Backdoor feed, it's picked up by Ramapo. Cardinals almost picked it off, but they couldn't that time. Here's Ferrante. Pass down low to the wing. A lot of open space. Ripping the shot. Mark the save. Rebound. He's got that too. Snow Angel save. Still not clearing though. Now, yes, they do clear now. Cardinals hanging around still. 17 seconds to go on the man advantage for Ramapo. Here they come one more time. That was their best opportunity, and really their only, I feel, opportunity of the power play. 7 seconds left. Ferrante around the Catholic defense. Ferrante rips the shot right into the chest of Daniel Mark. 2 seconds to go on the power play for Ramapo, and then the Cardinals have killed off another one.
Looks like the Cardinals will still, if I'm not mistaken, keep their 100% success rate for the Pangborn penalty kill this weekend.
Well, we've got 2 seconds to see whether that's right or wrong. I believe you're going to be right, but we'll see. Cardinals are doubled up on shots now, 13 to 36. Cardinals really
nearly tripled.
Nearly tripled, yes, but yes, you're right. There comes the man out of the box. Finnegan was looking for the cherry-picking pass, but the Cardinals couldn't get to the puck. Still bodied along the wall. Ramapo looks to collect and try and clear. Taken back by the goal line, Desjardins over to the open winger. Cardinals can't get to the puck, though. They're rather tired. Centering it in front, loose behind the net. Now back out towards the point. McQueenie's stick couldn't get there in time. Here comes Ramapo, and taken back by Finnegan. He's got McQueenie with him. They give it to McQueenie, who kicks it into the zone. It'll roll to the goalie. He's going to have to play this one, or leave it rather, for Ty Watson to deal with. Excuse me, not Ty Watson. It's the other defenseman that they have, with the other one wearing with a 7 number, 71, Jack Mertz. So, played ahead, intercepted by Shoreswater, but he couldn't get to it one more time. The Cardinals now at the loose point at the wall. Brunner also couldn't get to it for CUA. Now bodied out along the wall by Selwyn to free up the puck in the defensive zone for CUA. Johnson has it at the left side, and this one's going to go right into the stands here with this clearing attempt.
A little too close for comfort for us.
Yeah. We don't have any safety netting on this side of the boards, of this side of the stands. So yeah, it was rather close.
I was going to say the Julian. I was going to save you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think third way through now, you can see how the teams respond to the break. I know Ramapo's been frustrated. They felt like they haven't been playing their best game, and Cardinals, they're psyched up. They want this win bad, a little revenge for last year. So
Still 2-1 to score. The Cardinals really no offensive zone time in this game. They had to kill off a penalty, and we're already 8 minutes through this third period. We're moving quickly. Here comes Brunner. Brunner tried to play it further ahead out of the zone. It was off the mark. Big hit by Logan Selwyn, but the puck is still free. Cutting towards Mark, the shot, they score. Oh, it was a good play from Selwyn, but the Cardinals couldn't get to the puck in time, and they beat Mark. It's 3-1 with 12:41 to go here in the third period.
yeah, great step up from Selwyn. Played the man, just unlucky where the puck went, and not enough Cardinals back to account for the Ramapo rush.
Well, still time left in this game. The Cardinals need to get the offensive juices going.
2-goal lead, worst lead in hockey. Let's see if that holds true.
12:41 to work with. Cardinals need to turn on the Jets as head coach Steven Cerenzi urging his players now to step up more in the play and beat those Ramapo defensemen. Long shot flipped in on Mark wide of the cage. Ramapo obviously feeling it now. I mean, yes, they're up 3-1, but the Cardinals still not out of this game yet. At the point, overskated by Mertz. He's going to have to deal with Merja. Both defensemen, a little bit of a miscommunication. Merja by himself. Good forechecking as the rest of his line was changing. Merja still out there and chasing after this puck. Taken back by Matthew McQueenie. Loose puck, Desjardins. He couldn't come away with it. Finnegan, now a high slot, a shot, and just wide of the cage. Mark played it back in the slot, a shot, safe, rebound. Mark's got that too. Rebound still loose again. Back out towards the point it goes. They walk the line, and here's maybe a break the other way. Here comes Finnegan. Stops and lost the puck in the process. Good defensive stick checking from Ramapo as they're happy on the bench, and the Cardinals are able to move it out. Ramapo, move it out. Pass, Mulcahy ahead to McQueenie. Leaves it for Finnegan. Finnegan by the left side goal line, holds onto the puck. Desjardins in there as well, trying to find out the puck. The stick was knocked out of his hands and says it to the referee, but no call coming. McQueenie at the point, not able to keep it in. It's around him. It goes back to Mulcahy, who flips it high in the air and in play, says the referee. Finnegan had a break for a moment, but was also knocked away off his stick. You got a 2-on-2, now 3-on-2, moving towards the Catholic cage, but broken up by the Cardinals. And 2-on-2 now the other way. You have Finnegan and Desjardins. Desjardins has it. Rips the shot. Oh, just wide of the cage. Finnegan has it again. Holds onto the puck. Centers it in front. Loose back out to Selwyn. Oh, he holds. Waits. Fires, and that one's way high of the cage. 10:58 to go in the third. Combs back behind the net. No one into the corner boards for the Cardinals as they were partly going for a change, and they might have a break on the other way. Here they come. Good stick checking from CUA just to get back in time. Desjardins with speed, floats it in on goal. It's blocked, chasing after it again. Loose along the wall and floated out of the zone. Not out of the zone yet, it's shot back in. Now out of the zone. Ramapo under pressure from Combs. Weidenkampf too, able to stick this one forward. Further into the neutral zone. Now shot all the way down around the horn where Mark will leave it for his defenseman, Johnson. Johnson chips it out of harm's way to Weidenkampf. Weidenkampf high in the air, hoping for Brunner. He's going to get to it, but he's offsides. Close to call. I couldn't see where the line was with this stanchion in the way here.
No idea about how good of a call that was.
10-11 to go here in the third period. You got 10 minutes to go in the third period. And you still don't know who's going to come out on top. The Cardinals can come back here. Oh, Merja was held down and knocked down as player was holding his stick. The play will continue. Here they come on sides. Nice dipsy-do in front. Oh, they had everything but the finish. It was a nice move from Ramapo, but they couldn't finish at that time. And walking it in was Watson now from the point. He was knocked away, taken back by Merja. He couldn't get it as well. Big hit by Schwarzwater. Didn't have the puck. Now it's still loose. Schwarzwater plays it further ahead. Players come together with Schwarzwater and Ferrante. Still, Cardinals now need some offensive shots here. Still at 13. It's Merja holding onto the puck, firing, and he missed it high over the cage as well. Johnson recollects for the Cardinals. Johnson Now plays at the Selwyn, who was calling for it. He fanned on it. Oh, poor pass from the Cardinal defense. It goes to Ferrante in front on the backhand. The shot just missed. Tried to bank it off Mark. Open man in front. They missed it. Had a wide open cage, and they missed it in front. Cardinals. Could be a different game, but here's a 2-on-1. Shoreswater has Finnegan. Shoreswater gives it to Finnegan for a moment. The pass was broken up. Getting back in time was Ramapo sliding to prevent the 2-on-1 from getting through. Henry across to Mulcahy. Long shot in on goal, deflects and caught off the wall by the goaltender. I think it's his first save of the period.
Might be it. The 13's been on the board for a while now. Cardinals 2 great chances, both breakaways from Jackson Shoreswalder and Frankie Merja, but neither one hit the net. One off the bar, and the other I think just sailed on Frankie.
Yeah, the backhander sailed high over the cage. Still time to work with. I mean, if you're able to catch Ramapo in that situation, you just have to be able to convert on the power play. At least make the goalie work for it too. Neither hit the net necessarily. Brunner chasing after this puck at the goal line, or excuse me, at the blue line, taken out by Ramapo with space. Henry tries to cut him off. They walk in around Henry, but Mulcahy's able to help out his teammate and prevent that from getting through. Left side face-off dot again. The Cardinals hold. It's deflected high over the cage one more time. As they wait, hold, pass across the shot. Mark able to hold on to it, jumps on top of it for the save.
Great save from Mark going post to post. Great push-off. I don't think the player had anywhere to shoot. But Cardinals definitely needed to clean things up. Ramapo looks like a different team here in the third period.
We'll have to wait and see. Cardinals are at 14 shots, definitely. It's not listed on the board, so they do have the 1 shot in the period so far, but you're going to need more than that to win. Here comes Finnegan chasing after it. It's not going to be icing, as it did stop slowly before the line and back across. Open man is the defender for Ramapo. A man was knocked down in front. Way behind the play was Finnegan. He wanted a call. It easily could have been interference, but referee's going to let that go. Cardinals could have had one called against them, too. We'll leave it at that. Anyways, Cardinal chipping the fence. You got Finnegan up ahead with a step. Finnegan knocks the man down and keeps on trucking, but lost the puck in the process, too. Finnegan way behind the play. He's holding his stick. But Ramapo now with the puck, a shot on Daniel Mark. Way behind the play. Finnegan wants a call. Talking to the bench. Frustration boiling over for CUA right now. Keep cooler heads. 7 minutes to go. You see their defensemen are chipping up on the play. They're going for hits. They're leaving the middle of the ice open. You have to get there back in time. You have to speed on in and take the shot.
Right, that's what we saw in the Merja and Shoreswalder breakaways. Catholic has some fast forwards. If they can just get behind the defenseman, which they have, just need to finish.
So getting their chances, and I'm sure more will come. Oh, man, the shot was blocked and loose in front. It almost banked in behind the goalie. It was high in the air, close to him, but no cigar that time. Now here's Desjardins' shot. Oh, we also missed it. The Cardinals with good chances, but they got to hit the net. Merja, backhander shot, goes down low. Trying to hold on to it is Catholic. Shoreswater and Catholic. Finally, it feels like some offensive zone time. Cardinals not able to keep it as Ramapo cleared. Johnson over to Selwyn and not over the red line yet. It's going to be icing on the Cardinals with exactly 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's a tough decision for Selwyn. Their defender's right there, and he's not sure if he can skate up to the red line without losing it. And probably wasn't trying to hit it that hard to where it would go down for an icing. It just didn't stop. Slightly too hard.
So off this draw, and the feet of a Ramapo player picked up. The backhander shot, the save made by Mark. Rebound was loose for the taking. Ramapo able to jump on it. Mark, stick save. Rebound still loose. Desjardins. Oh, poor pass. Mark. My goodness, that's oh my gosh. Pass up the middle, picked off, but a rather weak shot, and Mark's able to make the save.
Right, got to be extra careful when you're passing through the middle of your own zone, and that one looked like it was partially blocked by stick and just went with absolute Thanksgiving gift for number 50 on Ramapo.
Couldn't get it to go. Same thing with the Cardinals. And they've had 1 shot this period, but they have had so many grade A chances, but have either missed the net or hit the post. Got to make the goalie work. At the line, Selwyn stepped up in the play. McQueenie was back and just floated it ahead off the stick of a defender, so it won't be icing as Selwyn played it into the zone. 6:20 remaining here in the third period, and taken back by the open man at center ice. Deckler, 1 goal today. Stick flown high into the air. I believe it was a Ramapo player. It was, but play will continue. McQueenie knocked down with a check, trying to stay with it. Open man at the point. Shot on the way through. That may have been deflected and wide of mark. Now, McQueenie trying to get to it for CUA. At the left side face-off dot. The shot. Oh, man. A lot of oomph on that shot, but didn't get on the way through. Another shot. Man knocked down from behind with Shoreswater, and they got a penalty coming up here. This one's going to be on Ramapo as the Cardinals, well, Selwyn does touch it with 5:41 to go. And that's just what the doctor ordered for the Cardinals here. Like we said, the prescriptions too for our players, and maybe a winning recipe for a goal.
Yeah, a little bit of a cheeky play by Brunner there, knocking the stick out of the Ramapo player's hands, and maybe a little bit of a retaliation hitting him from behind. And you know, that's all part of the game, getting under the opponent's skin and drawing calls like that.
Well, we'll see what the Cardinals can do. They have a Thanksgiving miracle in them. 5:41 to go in the third. They're down 2 goals. Cardinals looking to get back within 1 with a power play goal here within the next 2 minutes. Merja, puck in his feet, getting to it, McQueenie. Johnson trying to help him out. Ramapo doing a great job defensively, knocking players down, but the Cardinals come away with it. They'll shoot this puck around the horn to Jackson Shoreswater. Lugs onto the puck. Minute 34 to go on the power play, and it's a rather poor pass and cleared out by Ramapo with 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Running out of time slowly, but still time to work with on this power play. It's turned over in front, taken back by Ferrante. He missed the net. Oh my goodness, you cannot continue to give up chances, especially to their leading point scorer. Shoreswater now, around 1, holds onto the puck, tries to spot a man with a pass. Holds onto the puck. He's tied up back behind at the face-off dot, and now taken back by Mulcahy, who flipped it high in the air. Taken back by Johnson. Johnson, loose puck in front. It comes to Shoreswater, and again it's loose and kept out. Mulcahy rips the shot. Save made. Rebound loose and just wide of the cage. Oh, goalie with a shove. Players come together in the Ramapo net. We'll see if anybody more penalties come out of this.
It looks like they got one.
Don't need Finnegan in there to stir up the crowd a bit, or our players a bit more, their players a bit more. Let them take the penalty, and you might have one. Oh, no. Well, referee's going to the scorer's table. Let's see if we have a penalty coming up as the goalie gave him a shove.
Right.
Let's see who the penalty's on. It might be on. Is it on Brunner? He's coming. Yes, it will be to Will Brunner. That's going to knock away the power play. Minute 10 to go in the... It'll be a minute 10 power play for Ramapo here, but it'll be a 4-on-4 until then. So that negates the Catholic power play. 4:30 to go in the third period. The Cardinals not doing themselves any favors at this very moment. Well, the referee's now going to talk about it. I don't think they're going to take anyone else into the penalty box here.
Looks like Coach Drenzio, just like myself, is a little confused on what exactly the call is on Will Brunner.
Well, I was too. The goalie gave him a shove, and then players came together. And I don't know. Do you think anything should be called there? I would just leave it.
Right, that's what I thought.
Goalie's going to give him a shove. It wasn't anything like a giant two-hand slash. Goalies do that. I'm not going to call a penalty. I'd probably just leave it.
No, at worst it seemed like it would be take one from each side. I don't think Will did anything more than... Oh, I think maybe they took a player to sub in for Ramapo's goalie. Maybe they called...
Oh, maybe they did call it on the goaltender. Well, obviously, that we'll have to do our best. That could have been the penalty. Maybe they did call it on the shove. So the Cardinals, Brunner in the box, but you have 2 players in the box. I believe maybe a penalty on Mascalino. 3-1 the score. The Cardinals now, it's still a 5-on-4 power play. 50 seconds to work with. So the Cardinals win the draw. Henry able to play it to Mulcahy. Mulcahy plays it over to Finnegan. With time, 4:23 to go in the third, 40 seconds on the power play. It's Mulcahy walking the line, a thin line. Finnegan, you got to shoot the puck, though. Look for the open lanes. Back door, wide open. Finnegan, a shot. Save made. Rebound loose. And it comes out short-handed, 2-on-1 for Ramapo. Cardinals trying to get back, but they're tired. Here they come. Ramapo in on one. They center it in front. Taken back by Shoreswater. The puck in his feet. Cardinal players slipping as well. You've got 20 seconds to work with on the power play here. We'll see what happens. Mulcahy with time and space, wheels into the zone, sets up shop, shoots, save made by Mascalino with 8 seconds to go on the power play.
Yeah, I think on that last play, great shot from Owen Finnegan, and I think the Cardinals exposed the Ramapo. They're just extremely aggressive on the penalty kill, and three Ramapo players were pressuring the puck, and it left the whole other side of the ice wide open for a walk down Broad Street.
Yeah, Cardinals getting lucky that Ramapo hasn't finished. And same thing with, we can say that vice versa. Ramapo lucky that Catholic hasn't finished on some of their breakaways too. Power play's over here, 3:43 to go, down 2. Power play unsuccessful. That's one where you could have used a big goal, and now the Cardinals turn it over in front to, it's a shot, save made, rebound loose. It comes back to Ramapo at the right side goal line. Loose again. Cardinals trying to get back onto that puck. Ramapo now, well, they're in control. They're up 2 with 3 minutes to go. They can settle here. Cardinals, if they get to the puck, you have to imagine when the goalie's going to be pulled. Here's another shot in on goal. Mark able to make the save. Still loose. Cardinals tired. They can't get to the puck. 3 minutes to go in the third period. Back out towards the point it comes. Back down low to the faceoff dot. Into the middle. Taken up back by Logan Selwyn. Long feed into the skates, off his skates of Desjardins, but it'll still be icing with 2:52 to go. 2:51 in the third period.
Yeah, I think Catholic was on that play just too exhausted to break the puck out clean. It just seemed like get it out of the zone at any cost, and we'll live to fight another day. You have to wonder the lack of bodies on the Catholic bench, how that's affecting their game right now.
Here's the shot on the way through. Rebound loose, wide of the cage. But yes, obviously the body's a big difference for the Cardinals, missing 4 key players like we keep mentioning. But they're giving it their best effort today, and we'll see they can tie it down 2 late. Finnegan gains the red line and dumps. I was curious to see if you think about pulling Daniel Mark. It's worth a shot. Taken back by Henry. Oh, they're going to say he could have played it here. It wasn't his reach. No icing. Henry to Mulcahy. Plays it forward to Shoreswater. Finds Johnson. The speeding Johnson, 2-on-1. Johnson in on goal. Waits. Past the Mercer, the shot. Oh, and what a save by Mascolino with the pad. And you've got a penalty coming up too. It's a holding call. And we're going to see, I believe it is on the Cardinals. Let's hold on.
I think it might just be a high stick from the Cardinals.
It was a high stick. Let's see. No, sorry. I believe I saw a penalty. I thought I saw a penalty signal. The high stick. It's a high stick, so the faceoff's also moved out. Oh, that was a great save. Everything but the finish from CUA. Cardinals in the draw. Mark high out of his crease, waiting from the word from his coach. Down 2 goals. Mulcahy across to Joey Henry. Under 2 to go in the third. Henry long flip feed out to Johnson. Here he comes. Johnson by himself. Tries to dangle. Bodied along the wall. Cardinals need possession of the puck, though, to try and pull the goalie. And now it's floated out through center. Minute 40 to go here in the third. Long feed. Shoreswater trying to get to it. Johnson will get to it and dump in. Mark to the bench. Empty net coming for Catholic. Cardinals trying to get possession of it. And taken back by Ramapo, but they can't clear. Loose puck in front. Now cleared off a stick on the way down. Referee is going to call this icing with 1:21 to go here in the third period. And we'll see if Coach Terenzio calls his timeout.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's going to have the same 5-6 guys out there for the last 2.5 minutes. So they're probably going to need a break, and that's where the timeout comes in. So I would assume that next stoppage, that's where that's going to come.
6 players out there for Catholic. Mark at the bench. Can't win the draw, though, and Ramapo looks to clear. Finnegan after it. Finnegan bodied along the wall. Loose puck at the point. Oh, Mulcahy a shot. May have been looking for the deflection. Open net at the other end. They shoot, and they score. Ramapo up by 3. Well, another game where they hung in there. I mean, every game I feel like so far the Cardinals have given it a strong effort. Not going to come away with the win this afternoon, but a strong effort from CUA. The chances were there, but they just couldn't finish.
Right, I think you'd be proud of your performance for the most part. Of course, you've got to learn from the game, but I think you come in, walk away with this with your head held high.
So Selwyn across over to Brendan Johnson, tries to find Luke Weidenkampf. It's off his stick, and it won't be. icing. Trying to pick it up was Weidenkampf, taken back by Johnson. He's watching the defender. Cardinals will fall to 1-2 in the tournament. Got a couple games afterwards here at Iceworks as well as they conclude the tournament this evening. Here's Selwyn across out to Weidenkampf, trying to get to it for the Cardinals. It's loose. The shot through just wide of Daniel Mark. It goes to Combs. Up ahead to Luke Weidenkampf. He's by himself, lost the puck. Takes a low hit as well. I mean, come on. You're up 3 goals. Here's another shot by Desjardins. I mean, I don't know if that was incidental or not, but it's not needed here. He's a little banged up, too. Oh. He looks like he's okay.
A little bit of dancing just to make sure.
20 seconds to go here in the third period. Coach Terenzio, he's frustrated with the result of the game. He wanted a 5-minute major. They're just going to call, I believe it was a trip. Duncan Cohegan. Here's a shot by Johnson off the draw save. Rebound was loose. Combs on it for the Cardinals. Combs. Selwyn wants it at the point. He's going to hold it. Step into a shot. Save. Rebound loose. Desjardins couldn't tuck it home. Where is it? It's not in. Players after the whistle. Players tackled, and here we go. Luke Weidenkampf tackled after the play as he was kind of whacking at the goalie. His head hit the back of the ice. We'll have to make sure he's okay. And now being helped up. So
Nothing personal?
That's hockey for you. Knocked in the ice, helped back up. I mean, interesting. 7.5 to go here in the third period. The Cardinals down 3. Cardinals really digging away for one more goal in the tournament. Another man's going to head to the box here. I believe they're going to take them both. Timothy Wanvig will sit, and Luke Weidenkampf will sit. I'm going to say 2 minutes each. Didn't see the signal. Roughing. Here's Greg Malabas coming out to take a shift with 7 seconds left. And they ran the clock before the whistle blew. Anyways, Selwyn a shot, and the save made again. He's going to keep it in play. That's going to do it here this afternoon. The Cardinals fall in this one, 4-1, the final score. Cardinals a good effort. You got to give them credit. They hung around in this game until the third period, where Mark gave them a chance. And overall, very fun and entertaining game.
Definitely a lot different than last year.
That game was over last year by the second period, it seemed. This one, didn't know who was going to win this one until the very end. Talon Muscolino picks up his second win as a freshman goaltender for the Road Runners. Both teams shake hands. Fun game. Ramapo comes away on top. And they'll finish with a record in the tournament of 2-1, Catholic 1-2. So Catholic Cardinals will get a break for a couple weeks, 2 weeks, and then they'll have one more game before Christmas on December 6th against the University of Maryland. We'll be back to wrap up the game in a few moments, though. Unfortunately, Catholic falls on this one 4-1. As we'll have some words to share with you in the postgame. Stay with us here on WCUA. We'll be back in a few minutes. Testing 1, 2. Let's see if we can even get this camera to us. So we're up here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty high up. We can work with it.
It's all right.
Well, welcome to our makeshift broadcast booth here. Cardinals fall in this one 4-1. Tough final score and tough final game for the Cardinals. They were missing a lot of players, but they always give it their all, and I got to give them credit. They stuck around and hung around against a strong Ramapo team.
Right, just a couple more positive bounces for the Cardinals. Couple posts, 3 posts, I think.
Yeah.
For the Cardinals, and then some bad bounces against, and it's a different story.
It is. It's a completely different story. You break away, you hit the net, you don't hit the post on some shots, and that's not to say that, hey, that you blame it on them. No, obviously. It's a team sport, and Cardinals, they gave it their all, but in the third period, really, they were tired. You could see their legs. They just really weren't moving too well, and they had a couple more players. Maybe the results different too. But you got to give them credit. They hung around in this game. Daniel Mark, very strong performance in that. He's the reason they stayed in this game to the very end because of him. We got the shots to go over. The shots were 13-26 after 2 periods of play. And after the game, the shots were 48 to, I want to say, 21, 20?
Yeah.
Something like that. So the Cardinals really, they were almost, they were doubled in shots practically. And as a result, not going to be many games where you win in that kind of situation. But tough one for the Cardinals to lose. They fall to 1-2 in the tournament. That's how they finish. We'll briefly go over the goals and the penalties and throughout the game. So Matthew McQueenie got the scoring started for the Cardinals. Second goal of the tournament. The assist went to Brendan Johnson. He took the shot, and McQueenie cleaned up the loose garbage in front, make it 1-0 Cardinals. It was 1-1 when Ty Deckler tied the game, his first collegiate goal. He redirected a shot from the point, and it found its way in the back of the cage. And it was 2-1 a little bit later when number 19, got his number in just a second, Sammy Esabara, he beat Daniel Mark when Mark practically put it in with his own stick. Deflected off his stick behind him. That made it 2-1. So one Daniel Mark would like back, but nothing really. You can't say, oh, you lost the game because of that. No, he played a spectacular game. So then 3-1 a little bit later when number 46, getting his number here, Angelo Laganata, excuse me if I mispronounced that, 6th goal of the season from his regular season stats, native of North Haldon, New Jersey. He scored to make it 3-1. Really, it was a nice move and beat Daniel Mark. And then 4-1, the at the netter was scored by number 46. Number 73, Jake Kromchik. So, goal scorers for the Cardinals in the third, or in both teams, and then in the third period, the penalties. Trying to remember, we had Luke Weidenkampf with a knee-on-knee, roughing call on Will Brunner, and then another rough on Luke Weidenkampf, and then several for Ramapo. We had a check from behind from number 44, so number 44 picked up a 2-minute penalty. That's Tyler Kublanowski. The goaltender, Taslo Muscolino, did pick up the penalty. That was a slash. 22 with a trip. Brendan Traverso with a trip. And then number 24, Timothy Wanvig, picked up a rough at the end of the game as well. So the Cardinals fall in this one 4-1. We don't have the location of the next game, but we'll get that to you. And, that's a big game for the Cardinals coming up. Every divisional game matters. You play Maryland twice a year. They're very familiar opponents, so I have to ask them how their Thanksgiving went when we see them. So the Cardinals win this one. Well, I wish they won this one. They won the other day. They lose this one 4-1 against the Ramapo Roadrunners. Have a happy Thanksgiving. It's a great time of year. You have the holidays coming up in a couple weeks, but this is kind of like a little prelude. But be grateful for what you have. Grateful for the friends and family, the turkey, the football. Be grateful. Cherish some times with friends and family. It's a wonderful time of year. Cardinals lose this one 4-1. For my partner, Jackson Deininger. Sorry about there you go. Sorry about that. The Cardinals. He's Jackson Deininger. I'm Giuliano Luca. As the great Gene Hart would say, as always, good night and good hockey. We'll see you in a couple weeks when the Cardinals play the University of Maryland.